Hi, I'm Michael Hatch, and I'm running for President of the United States of America. In the past 3 years, we've seen everything that's wrong with our political system. We've had a campaign that's been run with almost no talk about the issues. We've seen a president who's come in, no one knows what he's standing for. We've seen him pass all sorts of legislation, 2,000 pages long, that no one's read and no one knows what's going on. We've also seen corruption within our election society itself. We've seen Republicans who've been serving for 30-odd years suddenly switching on every single issue they stand for the sole purpose of getting elected. It's not about what they believe, it's not about how they're going to govern, it's about what they think is going to get them the seat in the Senate and the check in their pocket. This isn't the way we can keep working. We've got to come up with a different political society as a whole. It can't just be about issues anymore, and it can't just be about elections. Honest disagreements are fine. No one's going to agree on everything, and it's alright if we win some and lose some. Elections aren't the end of the world, and it's time that we buck up and we talk about what we believe in rather than what we think is going to get us the vote. Right. Our healthcare system is fundamentally broken. I think everyone agrees on this. There are approximately 12 million people in the United States who aren't getting healthcare because they can't afford to pay out of pocket and there's no other recourse for them. This isn't acceptable in the most prosperous nation in the world. There's something fundamentally wrong when people who want to see a doctor can't because of the almighty dollar. But patients aren't the only ones who have a stake in this. Insurance companies are putting their bottom line on the line to get patients who pay regularly into them good care, and they're trying to preserve their name. We need to get the government off the backs of insurance companies and out of the pocketbooks of patients. We need the freedom for insurance companies to provide quality care at a profit so that their agents can come home and put bread on the table for their families. And we need patients to have quality insurance at a price that they can afford. This isn't something that the government can legislate. This is something that the American people can do for themselves. We aren't stupid. We don't need the government to put the check in our lap, and we don't need the government to bring the doctors to our door. We can get out, we can work, and we can pay the bills. We all know this. We don't need the help of some faceless bureaucrat, and we certainly don't need them taking taxes to stuff that doesn't work for us. This is the United States. We're built on freedom for all religions, whether that means you're religious or not. In this nation, 2 consenting adults should be free to enter into any sort of economic contract that they want and have that contract recognized by the government. If the government's changing the tax code for any 2 consenting adults that want to live together, they should do that for any other consenting adults. However, the word marriage is a societal and a religious issue, not a legal issue. The government has a right to recognize any sort of economic contract it wants, but it's not in the job of legislating marriage. Any clergy member who feels that it's not keeping with their religious views to bless a marriage shouldn't be able to be sued. It's about freedom for everyone, and it's about keeping everyone as happy as possible. This is the United States of America. I do not want this apple picked by a Mexican. I want it picked by an American, chopped by a Guatemalan, and served to me in a spa in Venezuela by a Puerto Rican giving me a Brazilian. Our nation was founded by immigrants. The very first generation, George Washington was an immigrant from Britain. Thomas Jefferson was an immigrant from Britain. Benjamin Franklin was an immigrant from Britain. It's this fruit, it's work like this that has kept this nation running for 200 years. And this isn't about to change. We still need immigrants, we still need smart and dedicated people coming from situations that they don't like to build their own lives. What we need right now, though, isn't a situation where people are forced to sacrifice their dignity and break international law in hopes of receiving free benefits. We need a legal immigration system that works, that is quick, and that lets the most motivated people from every nation in the world come here, work hard, and reap the benefits. Hello, ma'am. You're a small business owner, correct?
Yes.
And what would you say is the biggest problem you're having right now running your business?
No one wants to buy things. We have wants, not needs.
And why would you say people aren't buying things that they wanted?
Because people are unsure where their tax rates are going to be and where their pension's going to be and things like that.
Alright, listen up. This is the most prosperous nation in the history of the world. We built the industrial society. And look at this. This is the perfect metaphor for our economy right now. Why are jobs going to China? Why are workers suddenly becoming African instead of American? No racism involved, but it should be us doing these jobs. It should be us building the computers. It should be us manufacturing the steel. Why isn't that happening? Because we're making it illegal to perform any sort of modernization. We're making it illegal to innovate, and we're making it illegal to expand. This has to stop. We need to roll back regulations drastically and immediately, or our economy is going to continue tanking and it'll never stop. Only you can bring meaningful reform to Washington. The discussion starts now. It can never stop.
My name is Derek Russo, and I support a new direction for American politics.
I'm Michael Hatch, and I approve this message.